For more on all this, I want to bring in former Special Assistant to President Trump and Communications Director of America First Action. Our friend Kelly Sadler is here. We also welcome former Governor of Virginia, Bob McDonnell. Bob, welcome to the program. Kelly, you too.
Thanks, Grant.
Thanks.
So, Kelly, when you saw that, I mean, I can't help but laugh. I know this is serious business, but my Lord, Kelly.
I mean, he makes a gaffe a day. He only does one appearance a day if we're lucky, but then there's a huge gaffe that goes with it. We thought it was funny. We blasted it out on social media, but there really is a concern with voter fraud, especially in these battleground states like Pennsylvania, where, you know, we're going to have this issue on when their ballots can be counted. Now, in Pennsylvania, we know Philadelphia is rife with fraud. Just in May of this year, a South Philly election judge admitted that he took bribes to stuff the ballot for Democratic candidates. So this is an issue that I know the RNC, the campaign, and we are watching carefully. And, you know, this will go, in the case of Pennsylvania, will go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Governor, let me ask you, when we look at this whole issue of mail-in balloting, I see why we have rules and why you can't be sending in ballots 2 weeks, 6 days after the election, whatever they want. What is it about the Democrats that they feel so strongly about this that somehow they just can't get their votes in on time, Governor?
Well, maybe they don't think they can compete in the marketplace of ideas, and so they have to use tricks. I don't know, Grant, but, you know, here's the concern that I've got about the election process. We should certainly support greater access to the ballot box by everybody. But the problem is we've never had this many states now, over 42, that have mail-in ballots. 9 states, they just mail the ballots. 14 states, they mail the application. Those are the states where the concern is where you don't even have to apply. And so those are the ones you run the risk, Grant, where either convicted felons, people that move, people that are unrelated, actually getting the ballots, asking for the ballots, and then voting. I mean, unfortunately, with this largest scale, there's going to be some of that. And the second problem is the Democrats have opposed, like in my state, have repealed a law requiring a photo ID at the polls. You have to have a photo ID for about everything in America, but not to vote. And so these are the opportunities for mischief. I hope the polls workers will be honest, like most of them are, but there's an opportunity for problems. And we've seen 5 or 6 states where we've had ballots found in dumpsters or thrown away by postal workers. That's even a bigger concern.
Look, Governor, I've got a friend out in California who refuses to admit they're a conservative, but asked me the question, explain to me why you wouldn't show ID when you vote. I don't get that one. Can you explain that to me? That makes no sense unless you're trying to commit some kind of fraud on the American people. Kelly, let me ask you, we now have ACB, Amy Coney Barrett, sworn in. It is a huge moment for America and President Trump. Instantly, the Democrats come out and say she must recuse herself. Any election cases that come up regarding this election, what do you say to them?
Absolutely not. I mean, she was just sworn in, and she has the ability now to look at this case from a fresh perspective. And during her testimony, she was very careful in saying, because she believes that she's not a policymaker, that she takes the law into account in every single decision that she makes. So if she has to recuse herself, then any other justice who was nominated by a Democratic president and was confirmed has to recuse themselves too. It's just so absurd on the face of it.
Yeah. Governor, before I let you both go, how important was this, getting her sworn in? We did it in record time, well within the rules of the Constitution. But, boy, if this isn't a big day, I don't know what is.
We saw in the Pennsylvania case of the Supreme Court there, I mean, it was 4-4 going to the U.S. Supreme Court. And what we don't want to have is a constitutional crisis. The reason I think we have 9 is so there's always going to be a tiebreaker, and having a full court is critically important. But more so, I mean, she is a avowed, strict constitutionalist. She's going to surprise Republicans and Democrats because she's going to follow the law, not do what one political party or the other wants. She's going to say, what does the statute say? What does the Constitution mean? That's how I'm going to rule. And I would say there's nothing in the judicial canons that would even suggest a conflict of interest under traditional understanding of that term that says that she would have to step down and not participate.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you watch, to your point, there will be times she'll even make rulings that probably go against her beliefs, but she'll make the ruling because it's how the law reads.
What
more
law.
could you ask
Exactly
for
right, Grant. And that's what you want.
It absolutely is. Governor, so great to see you. Kelly, always great to see you as well. We got a big week ahead. We'll keep pushing. Thanks for coming on, folks.
Thanks,
we
Grant.
appreciate it. We are